This is 9.3 skew and histograms. So what does skew mean? When a graph or a box plot or a histogram or a dot plot are skewed, that means that there is information in that set of data that is far greater, far larger, or there's a trend of symmetry or normalcy in that set of data. So skew tells us the shape of the data. So and whether or not there are factors pulling this information in one direction or the other. So it says, think of a lion and his tail. Do you want to pull the lion tail when the head is near you or when the head is far away? So we look at the tail for skew. So this is the tail. That means this one, because the tail is on the left, is skewed left. The one in the middle doesn't really have a tail. Most of the information is right there in the middle, and it kind of slopes out perfectly on either side. So this one is normal, which is also known as symmetric. So it has normal distribution. So the last one, because the tail is over here on the right, this one is skewed right. In the past, I've even drawn a face on this and make it a blob monster, and there's his tail. So on this one, here's his eyeball and his teeth, and this one is looking at you instead. Okay, so it says, look at the following dot plots. List out what type of skew each is. Then label the order of mean, median, and mode. So on this one, because this information, if you drew a trend around it to see that blob of information, the tail would actually be on this side. So this is skewed left, because it's where the information is being pulled out to the left. Most of it's on the right side, and then it kind of tapers off as it goes to the left. This one, again, if you draw it over it, it is normal, aka symmetric. And then the last one, because most of the information is on this left side, and then it stretches out to the right because of that little 5 over there. This one is skewed right. So now it wants us to list out the order of mean, median, and mode for each of the graphs above. So we're going to find them and then make observations. So for the left skew, add all the numbers up. So 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and divide by how many numbers are in that data set, and you end up with 3.43. So this is your mean. I want to mark that. So mean 3.43. So for the median, all of the numbers are already in order. So all we have to do is find the middle, which is 4. And then the mode is the one that shows up the most. And for this one is the 5. Now, an observation I want you guys to make about this is that the mean is less than the median when it's skewed left. So mean is less than median. So for a normal skew and a right skew, I want you guys to find the mean, median, and mode and make an observation about what you see between the mean and the median. So flipping on to the back, we have all of these. So we're looking at symmetric, which is normal, skewed right, skewed left, bimodal, and uniform. So bimodal, that prefix bi means 2. So we're looking for On bimodal, since this is a new vocabulary word, it means it has two peaks. Two peaks in your information. And uniform means they're all the same. So now that we know what everything represents, we can go through and label each of these graphs. So in this first one, there are two peaks of information that have dips between them. So this one is bimodal. For the second one, the tail is on the right, so this one is skewed right. On the next one, the tail is on the left, so this one is skewed left. Number 4, they're all the same, which means it is uniform. And the last one, because it has that peak, it is symmetric. It is symmetric or normal. So on these, we always say think of them as like a mouse. Where is the mouse's tail? So on the first one, it's on the left. So this one is skewed left. The one in the middle, they look about even. So we're going to say this one is normal. And then the last one, the tail is on the right. So this one is skewed right. So variation tells us how spread out the information is. So the one that has the least variation is number 2. And then the dot plot that has the most variation. So this one has 2 peaks of information. So it's not as varied as this one. So the most variation is number 1. Because the other one has 2 groups. So it's not very spread out because it's groups. All right, on the last one, we're going to make the list of numbers together, and then you guys are going to fill in the box on your own. So the way to read a stem and leaf plot is this is your tens amount, and these are your ones. So the first number is 15, and another 15, and a 16. That's what this section represents. So then your next one, we have 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 6, 2, 6, and 2, 8. And that takes care of that one. And then we have 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, 6. And the last section is 2 43s. All right, so once you guys have found the mean, mode, range, minimum, Q1, median, Q3, maximum, and IQR, you are finished with 9.3. Make sure to check your answers.